Blacks, but everyone that's, been treated, unfairly. And, his dream continues, and it's nice to have a game on his day to recognize that.
Well said. Big game, because when I think about this day, as we all know, it stands for such purpose and reflection for so many. And I know that I feel very fortunate to get to do what I love on a day like this. Yeah. But to take it one step further, when you think of all, especially that has gone on this past year in the league in which we work for, we can't forget that at one point, the NBA thought about January 18th, Martin Luther King Day, as a day to start the season. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that did not come to fruition. But I think, when you take it one step further even from that, there are days, and I don't want to compare, there are days in which players look forward to playing on. Christmas is one of them. Being a part of the All-Star Weekend, it's another one. MLK Day, if you listen to players, if you hear what they're saying, this is a day they want to be a part of. It's a day that they feel honored to play on. It's Anthony Davis just said it best yesterday to the media that it's an opportunity to go out and represent yourself, your organization, the league as a whole, for something that a man like MLK, Dr. King, stood for. And I think if there's one thing we've all learned lately is that as much as we love entertainment, the wins, the losses, what we get between the lines pales in comparison of the biggest fight, as you mentioned, for change, for equality, that we're up against, all that MLK stood for outside the lines.
Yeah. Well said by both you guys. And Dr. King, I'm sure, would be so proud of the way these players, as you are, James, the way these players, apparently my mic is...
Yeah, that's what fell. Well, that's what he stood for. Dr. King was one of the ones that used his platform to speak for those who didn't have a voice. I mean, obviously his father was a minister. He had that platform to build on. But he didn't mind being arrested. He didn't mind, teaching John Lewis, who we just lost, not too long ago, who was in Congress, who said, if you see something, say something, and stood on that bridge in Alabama. And so, yeah, his voice is exactly what we want to hear.
All right, hopefully my mic is
It is
working
not,
now.
so I got
It
you.
is not?
Nope.
Okay.
We're going to
Great
check
job.
in with our Lakers insider, Mike Bresnahan. He's with Wesley Matthews.
Thank you all. Hopefully this microphone is indeed working. Wesley, I don't know if you heard the conversation that James Worthy was just having with my coworkers on set. Basically, it's a very important day for everyone for obvious reasons. And for you in particular, I'd love to hear what you think about Martin Luther King and the big day that is today. 10 NBA games in all will be played by the time you get around to playing tonight.
Well, that means a lot. It's an honor to play on a holiday, on MLK Day, and everything, obviously, as of recently, that the NBA has gone through, that the NBA has done, that the NBA has challenged not only themselves internally, but the masses, the public, everybody that follows us, everybody that watches us, everybody that supports us, just about equality. And everything that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. preached, everything that he said is still evident today, is still as important as it was back then as it is today. And we've seen that through the countless recent events. This isn't a black issue. It's an American issue. It's a people issue. It's a humanity issue. This is all of our issue. And, MLK, he spoke for those who didn't necessarily have the platforms, just like, a lot of us and a lot of people across the country, a lot of people across the world, not only just athletes and entertainers, but, the people who may not have platforms like us are doing the same thing. This should be a unified day, not just, it's a unified day for this country, for the world to come together and to practice humanity, like I've said countless times over and over.
Wesley, as an NBA player, you definitely have a voice. Do you feel like you're able to say what you want? Do you feel like the message gets delivered? I know a lot of players are very active on Twitter and on other social media. Do you feel like you can say what you want and people listen to you as well?
Yeah, I feel like that. I feel like that. Obviously, there's going to be those people that are going to feel what they want to feel and say what they want to say, and that's part of life. You're not going to get. We don't want everybody to agree, but what we want is everybody to be seen as equal, seen as the same, seen as fair and human. That's what we want. And so I do feel that using our platform is beneficial, but I also feel that being, hands-on is also as important, if not more important, than just, a couple words, a couple messages here and there via social media.
Wesley, thanks for your time. Have a great game tonight. Obviously a very important day for a lot of people.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You got it.
All right, good stuff there, Brez. As we transition to the Lakers, some notes on the Lakers' hot start to the season. They're 11-3, which is the best in the NBA. 4 straight wins by 17+. They're 7-0 on the road. That's the best start in franchise history. And they're 5-0 when holding opponents under 100 points. Here's the one I like. 40% from 3. People often talk about the Lakers and their shooting. That's the best mark in franchise history. James, special matchup always with the Warriors, especially since Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steve Kerr took over and started winning championships. Weird to be playing them for the first time MLK. Usually we're seeing them a couple times early in the season.
Yeah. I mean, anytime you got Steph Curry on the floor, even without Klay Thompson, still got Draymond Green there. Champions, they know how to play. But it is, different this year seeing them on this day. But nevertheless, the Lakers, they'll be challenged. They played some teams that I think we talked about this the other night. Oklahoma, a rebuilding team. Houston, back to back. What they were going through with James Harden, kind of a weak, team. San Antonio gave them a run for their money, but they're gonna start playing tougher teams. I know. Golden State's a little...
Three-point play. 3 things that you were looking forward to in this game with our Lakers insider, Mike Bresnahan. You want to begin, Brez, with the Lakers offense because you feel they're not getting the love they deserve.
Yeah, Allie, we're not going to talk about the defense in the three-point play today, all right? We're just going to go with the offense. And like you said, they're not quite getting all the credit that I thought they should be, all right? They really have changed and shifted from last season. And bottom line, they've also improved, all right? Right now, they're the number 4 rated offense in the entire NBA. And last season, all right, if LeBron and AD were kind of off their game or maybe sat out a game or something like that, the team would occasionally struggle to score points. Now there's no need to worry. Go back to their game on Friday against the Pelicans right there. 6 players in double figures. Alex Caruso, almost the 7th. He had 9 points. So nowadays, not much reason to stress. Much more balanced offense. Montrez, Schroeder, Kuz, KCP, of course. A lot of reasons to like what they're doing on offense.
Balance. We love to see that. But wait, are you sure you don't want to talk about the defense?
Yeah, I kind of lied. I'm actually going to talk about them right now. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to, right? I mean, it's impossible. Go back to the game again on Friday against New Orleans. And it was very fascinating to see what the Lakers did. They were they were down 15 about halfway through that second quarter. And then the Pelicans just stopped scoring. That was it. In fact, they only had 37 points in the entire second half. And as you see that stat right there, Lakers 99 points a game over the last 4. They have really been throttling people on defense. This is not a surprise. They're the top-ranked defense in the league. Some people thought, all right, they're going to lose some shot blocking with Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee now in other locations, but they're making up for it with a very good perimeter defense. And Montrez just so tough down low. Not a big shot blocker, but definitely makes people work if they're going to score on him.
Beast mode, his MO.
For sure.
Someone who has done it on both ends of the floor that you want to put an emphasis on, KCP.
Really impressed by him. I mean, what he's done so far has been amazing. It's too bad he missed those few games of that injury, but he is back. Again, going back to New Orleans, he was 4 of 6 from three-point range. He kind of cracked me up after the game because he was asked by a reporter, all right, who is a better shooter, you or LeBron? He said, numbers don't lie. We all know I'm the real shooter. He was joking.
Love it.
I think. But yeah, you got to like what he's done so far in a very short season. Definitely carrying over from his play in the bubble. And a big difference from a year ago. His first month or so from last season, not a strong start for him. But now he is making history. Just passed Metta World Peace the other night. As you can see, he's right behind Coop. And Swaggy P not far ahead of him. At the rate KCP is going, he could probably make 42 threes by the weekend, maybe. We'll see if he can get there. But Swaggy P, you're on notice. And I expect an amazing tweet if and when KCP does pass you. And I assume it will be a win at this point, won't it?
Love the numbers, love the stats, as always. Well done. Straight ahead, we'll discuss the new dimension Kyle Kuzma has added for the purple and gold this season.